All the money, all the wealth. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Please, no more. Oh no, not the arrows of heavens. The gods are displeased. Oh, okay. Looks like he's gone. Hello everyone, welcome back to Digimon Ghost Game, Episode 5, Divine Anger. That's an interesting title all on its own.
Yes.
What is this episode going to be about? Which we will talk about in depth, so if you are worried about spoilers, leave now.
Yes.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and come back later. But...
Please comment, we like comments.
Yes. But if you are looking for an in-depth dive into this episode, especially this episode where this is a very new thing for Digimon to kind of do.
Yeah.
This is a very weird angle.
Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, all these seasons and all these characters and all that, there's 2 or 3 different things that I've never seen before that this episode pulls out, so...
Yeah, so...
Very interesting.
Stick around and we'll dive far more into it than we probably should, but that's why you're here. So, without further ado, we start with the beginning horror of the What do you mean? What?
No, not really, no.
Oh, there's not actually a horror scene at the start of this episode? Oh, well, that's the first one of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, there's electrical sparks, there's a fissure in the ground, and snakes come out.
But it's not
That's
horror, per se, not compared to at least the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, compared to some other seasons, we might consider that horror. Compared to what this season has given us, not even close.
Very tame.
Not even close. And I mean... There's some tension to this episode, don't get me wrong. There's some stakes involved. Steak. But it's not scary, necessarily, in the way they've done in so far. I mean, they kind of try to do that as we immediately go over to Senpai.
Yep.
Because at this point we still don't know his name. Senpai, who's getting stuff chucked at him in the room.
Stuff flying around his room and he's hiding under his covers.
Hiding under the blankets, yeah. And then, you know, that becomes too much. He goes out, tries to get something from the vending machine. The vending machine won't work for him, which I assume it's not actually broken, but it doesn't actually show anyone going to.
The reason it's not working, yeah.
Yeah.
So we see Hero and a Gamamon, though Gamamon is in his invisible, dematerialized form, so Hero has figured out how that works.
Yeah, he has finally figured out how that
This device can do that. It's not just unique to Rulies.
Yeah. And then he goes back to his dorm room, and the door just unlocks on its own and opens up.
Yeah. So remember, non-materialized Digimon can interact with real world
objects. I mean, we saw Gamamon unlock a door in the second episode, but he was materialized.
Yes.
So that would make more sense. But then he goes into the room, and one of the Digivices is just hovering there.
Yep.
So, I mean, shocker, it's, you know, probably Jellymon, because we know who his who his partner is from all the intros and stuff.
Intro and outro stuff, yes.
But, so something is handling that Digivice and throwing stuff around the room without being materialized. And wrote a message on the ceiling in blood that says, "Put this on."
Put it on, yep.
Which is not in Digicode, is in Japanese.
Yes.
Which took me a second to watch the episode to go, wait a minute. She wrote and...
I realized that immediately.
It took me a second wait a minute. We've established that Digimon have their own alphabet. We have the Digicode. But she's not using that.
Correct.
And yeah, so he finally puts it on, and then he can.
He freaked out. He freaked out enough. He just does it, puts it on him,
and sees a rather just simple jellyfish-looking Digimon.
Yeah, at first I saw this. Well, have we finally seen it in training here?
Yeah, because they don't look like at all like what you see in the intro at first.
No.
And it's like, oh, okay.
But she introduces herself to Jellymon, so I'm beginning to wonder.
Yep. Well, she also is able to handle his wrist, put the DIM card in. Yeah. So she's able to touch a human and the world without being materialized.
Yes. Again, if it hadn't broken the rules that Jess established in episode 3, I really would have liked this scene and how this Digimon reacts to it.
Yeah.
You're my partner, put this on, let's get this done.
Yes.
I do like that aspect of it.
Yes. It really seems like episode 3 they're ignoring more and more as this goes on. The rules that... We are now establishing rules, and every other episode has ignored these rules.
Except it's like using the non-material otherwise are invisible to humans, which was introduced in 3. Because Clockmon and Mummymon could be seen in episodes 1 and 2, and though they weren't materialized.
Yeah.
So you need to figure out what rules you're going with and stick with them, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, otherwise, it is very amusing how they first interact. Where, are you a hologram ghost? And she's like, that's rude.
Yes.
That's not at all what I am. I'm Jellymon-sama. Oh, hi, Jellymon. Sama!
Yeah.
Which I looked up, and most of you who are probably watching this have watched enough anime to know that Sama means basically Mr. or Mrs.
Mrs. Yeah, usually it's uses the sister, older sister, and then Oni-sama.
Mm-hmm. So
it's a respectful term, yeah, Mr. Mrs. It's
yeah, but if you say that is a sister thing, that kind of actually fits with Hiro being supposedly the older brother too. They're really pushing that this season.
Well, it's Oni-sama in particular, not. But...
Yeah, but it like these more titles and relationships, they're more than other seasons I've ever really seen. Now, whether it's anything's gonna come of that or not, I really don't know.
Yep.
But
Hiro and Gamamon check in on, and
yeah, finally hear the ruckus. And...
Gee, Hiro's right. Yes, they figured it was a Digimon, and yes,
yeah,
we all kind of agree with that one.
Yeah, if it wasn't a Digimon, I don't know what it would have been.
Yeah, that would have been a
that would have been a probably bigger problem.
It's about this time Jellymon decides to drop the body out of the head, or the head's a big hat over something.
Yeah, she fully pops out, decompresses, whatever exactly.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how this works in this sense, but it's digital, so it doesn't have to.
Like I said, decompressing, there you go. I don't know.
And then we see the more humanoid form we usually more familiar with around.
That we've seen in the intro and outro. Yep.
And
we get to learn a little bit more about Senpai.
Well, first I think we learn about the virtual talismans, because his computer starts going off.
Yeah, that's the first thing we learn about him is he's good at computers. He's good at hacking, as they actually call it. Kind of like, from the Hacker's Memory and Cybersleuth games, the hackers. And he's apparently put 1,000 of these virtual talismans
supposed to
around the whole town.
Protect and detect against these things.
Mm-hmm.
Against these paranormal activities. Which is, again, an interesting idea.
We'll see if anything more comes of it because of what happens later in the episode. But...
okay, this is your plot device to get things going in the next one, where you can go around town, you know where these are, you can ask questions, you can find out if they come from a general area, like maybe the gate's there, maybe you can get some data on this, so they can possibly open their own gate or something. Yeah, okay, here's your possible plot device.
Yep. I mean, there's a lot of them. You can put them anywhere you want.
Because they're attached to the internet, you can put them almost anywhere these days. On people's phones, you even said you can put one on Hero's phone.
Yep. Which we do see later, so we fully believe him. And then we finally learn that Jellymon tells us his name.
Well, actually, first off, the ceiling drips onto Gamamon, and he discovers that it's ketchup. So
ketchup.
Yeah. So thankfully, Jellymon hasn't murdered anybody.
Given the introduction of this Digimon,
I'm not sure I'd put it past her. Yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah. Jeez.
We'll have a lot to say about her as we go along. Yeah.
Goodness. Sweet Yggdrasil. She's a character, all right.
But yes. We finally learned his name.
His name is Kyoshiro.
Yeah, not Koshiro.
Which, right in my notes. Gee, that's not at all like Koshiro, is it?
Yeah. So if I accidentally call him Koshiro a few times, I won't be surprised.
I bet you I will a couple times, just because I'm so much more familiar with that name. And his last name's a mouthful.
His last name, else's. That's like Hero's last name. We're just like, yep, Hero. Mm-hmm.
And Manakawa is like Hero's.
It's on the screenshot here, but
his. Yeah, no, it's like a whole nother couple of syllables too. It's impressive. Yes, and we learned a little bit of the history of Senpai Kyoshiro.
Yes.
Where he was in America. He was in the United States for a while. And
he studied in the United States,
learning over here.
Considered a child prodigy.
Yes, where he got his master's degree at the age of 13.
Now, seriously, anybody, even just a friend of a friend of a friend, has anybody known someone who skipped that many grades, get to college before age 10?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously?
I mean, you skip a grade or two here or there, maybe.
I mean, you can be in college by 15 or something. I'll buy that, but...
Yeah.
I've been in college and I've accumulated enough credits to have a master's degree by 13. Just no.
It just doesn't really work. I mean, I get you're trying to establish this. I know what you're doing.
This is not a unique Digimon Ghost game complaint. This is a complaint I've had a lot of times in a lot of things.
A lot of different series. Yeah. And then, like, you were so smart and successful over there, so why did you come back to Japan?
Well, why you're a dorm leader in a junior high school.
Yeah. And apparently it's just what he's passionate about, mostly because of anime.
And mangas, yeah.
And mangas.
Now, I can see actually you come back to Japan just because you like the culture more than the United States. Makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
You could just like some areas, cultures more than others.
Mm-hmm. But Jellymon very much makes sure that she is just flat out insulting and mocking him about this.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it doesn't seem that impressive to me.
Yeah. Don't insult my preferences and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, she just lets loose on him.
Yet she went on all this effort to make sure he was her partner, followed him this long, followed Hero long enough to know where the Digivice was to do all this, and then she treats him like dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a... And in Japanese, I think the character's called tsundere. And now, all Japanese words from me are guaranteed to be pronounced wrong or double your money back.
Yes.
But this is, I don't know if it's common, but frequent enough that I know the term in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't get this, but...
Yep. If we mispronounce anything, you don't have to pay a single thing for this episode.
Yes. If I mispronounce it, please write down in the comments how I should pronounce it.
Yes. Yeah,
or why I should like this kind of character, because I've never quite understood it.
No. Yeah, I mean, my notes at this point literally just say, Jellymon's a bit evil, really, because she's... There's nothing that really, that she holds back, because as we get a call from Ruli, and Angoramon seems to sense that something is coming, that...
Yes, all the Digimon, well, I guess Gamamon doesn't. But the other two seem to sense something.
Yeah. That something is coming, we need to be ready, and as we can see, Ruli and Hiro have a good communication going. They're ready to just call and...
Well, then we learn reason why it seems something's going on, because, well, Jellymon tells us what she's been up to.
Well, not materialized.
Why not materialized? Well, again, this is fairly over the internet, which is Digimon seem to be able to interact with that just fine.
Yes. That she literally took one part of the virtual talismans and started to mess with the flow of digital transactions.
Yes.
And money.
Which would definitely be a big hassle.
Yeah, which would cause a lot of problems for a lot of people. And why does she do this? Because it's a fun game.
Yes.
Because she wants to be the best at whatever she does. She wants to... So...
I mean, again, wanting to be the best at something, everything is not a bad personality thing overall, but... You need some sort of moral compass here, or else you're gonna... Yeah.
You're gonna cause trouble like this, where...
I mean, she does it because she finds it interesting how chaotic humans and their money are.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, this would be very interesting, but this is your minor villain thing.
Yeah, this isn't your partner.
Not your good guy partner, Digimon.
Your protagonist partner, yeah. And so, as things are getting worse, there's more of the snakes popping up out of the ground, there's some electrical mishaps happening all over, and everyone can definitely see these snakes, it seems. They're all freaking out.
Yep.
That
they're starting to even come into the dorms. I mean, they're pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. So, what are these? They say in human stories, the white snakes, light the path of the holy. I mean, this episode takes a divine turn. This is where Angoramon starts talking about that, and as Gamamon's playing around with the snakes, we finally see what's causing the hazards and everything coming out. Get a kind of cool dragon.
Cool centaur dragon thingy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not dissatisfied with Jellymon here.
Jellymon, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him before.
I want to say he's been around, but yeah, not like in an anime or something.
I don't even know if I've ever seen one. I think I remember a dragon centaur. But
Yeah.
probably has been. I mean, there's a lot of Digimon.
Yeah, there's over 1,400 of them now. Oh, I'm sorry, Black Gamaman.
Oh, how dare I adore you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, so he is just hovering over everything, and we're getting more explanation from Angoramon.
Yeah.
Angoramon knows a lot about other Digimon, apparently, because he is our source on a lot of things so far about other Digimon.
These are Digipedia so far.
Yeah, and Jellymon, as this dragon is called, is, quote, an envoy of the god of wealth.
Yes.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
Are we literally talking about, trying to add religion to the human world or the digital world, but the digital world is enforcing the human world? What?
Yeah, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had Digimon Sovereigns and things that tried to keep an eye on the digital world. But now we literally have a non-dematerialized Digimon coming from the digital world because it realizes the flow of money in the human internet is not right.
Has been disrupted. Why would a Digimon care?
Yes.
It's just so random that...
I mean, the only reason I could care is because they literally think they are gods. Because they're made in the image of these religious items that they really are that, and they should act like that and enforce these things?
Yeah. This is the major thing of this episode that really just makes me go, I hope you're doing this for more than one episode, because this needs some explanation of what? What exactly they think they're quite doing.
And it's such a big deal. It's not just him. He's got some escorts with him.
Which I believe they remind me of the Deva because of the kind of forms that they took, but they're not quite.
They're mostly animal ones.
Yeah, but I mean, goat, snake, and rabbit. I'm pretty sure there's at least some zodiac like that has those. It might not. It's like I said, it's not quite the same.
Yeah, it's not the zodiac.
The Devas, but yeah, Quetzalmon, Bitmon, and Goatmon.
Yeah, rabbit's too long, so it's just Bitmon.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the English name of it's Rabbitmon.
Yeah, I mean that would certainly make sense.
Actually, at this point, Jellymon tells us her plan that she did this on purpose.
Yeah. This is where she really tells us all of,
So you're a little out of
slightly
there, but
yeah.
So at this point, she's the one who screwed this all up. Why are the giant centaur dragon coming after Yoshiro?
It seems like everyone believes that he's after Kyoshiro, yeah. And yeah, I mean, he made the base program, but it's not him that stopped the flow.
I mean, if they could literally tell that this is messed up, you'd think they'd be able to tell that someone digitally messed with it, not even, which is different than how the human worked on it.
Yeah. So again, there's some part of the story here that doesn't quite add up. But as they realize that, he's coming for him, Hiro immediately, as danger approaches, pushes the button.
Yep.
And enters the grass world.
And it's quite the area of effect he's got going this time.
Yeah, it goes several city blocks. This is not just one building. This is
big.
This is very big, so...
And we learned that Angoramon can fly very well, and that he can carry fairly significant amounts of weight, too, while doing this.
Yeah, he can carry Ruli.
Because he carried Ruli up to the windows.
To talk to them, yes. Ruli has arrived. All three of our main characters are in the same spot for the first time. With all three of their Digimon, so...
Yes.
The team is together.
And Yoshiro is understandably freaked out by this grass thing, because he hadn't seen it before. Though he seemed to know the term Digivice without having been told it.
Huh, yeah.
Because at one point he says, take that Digivice and I don't want this anymore. And he's just kind of like, you're on your own, dude. You realize it's your problem now.
Yeah. Please take Jellymon. No, I don't think I can.
No, it's your problem now, dude.
Hmm. But yeah, and as they go into the grass world, he finally decides that, well, if they're coming after him, he needs to do something to try to not be smited by, as Angoramon puts it, being crushed by a giant tail, and then pierced by 108 arrows of light.
Yeah, not more or less. 108.
Exactly, yes.
Again, obviously this is some religious significance.
Yeah.
And something I'm not that familiar with.
Yeah, it must be important somehow, some way.
Kind of like at one point it has money backwards and it shows it going to the word money. I think Jellymon there.
It goes Yenim to money, yeah.
There's somehow significance, but I don't know the significance of Jellymon.
Yeah. It's like Venom. It's very close to Venom.
I don't think that's
I don't think it's anything to do with it, but, you know, that's how it's spelled. It's very close to just with a Y.
Yes.
But yeah. So as they go out to try and stop them, we're back to Jellymon just
telling them he should run away.
Yeah, just run away.
Which, kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to do that because he's dorm leader.
Yes. He is the one in charge, and he must fix this. And, well, still freaking out, gets to work.
Starts working on deleting them because he thinks this is virtual talismans. Because he thinks that'll put things back in order.
Which supposedly, Jellymon modified those, so it would...
I guess it makes sense. And there's quite the scene here with the two of them talking, and I didn't quite follow what I was supposed to be getting out of this conversation.
Yeah.
Did it mean much to you? It was all perfectly logical, grammatically correct English sentences, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to get out of here. We're deleting them, but we can't, something's wrong, we do something else, and then they just delete them some more.
Yeah. He talks about how we can't make a vaccine in time, but they're deleting them no problem. So, what was the point of needing a vaccine then? It goes to show that Jellymon doesn't actually need to be in the internet to know what to do. She's fine with a computer.
Yeah, just in front of a keyboard.
She's just sitting in front of a keyboard, just going at it, no problem. And apparently doing it very well, because it impresses even Kyoshiro that, wow.
Yeah, even though earlier in the scene she's like feeling around talking about how he's going to die and be pierced by all these arrows of lights.
Oh yeah, no, she's over his shoulder as he's getting started, yeah, telling him how awful it's going to be. I'm sure it'll be painful, and what's wrong with you? What is wrong with this Digimon? Again, this is a minor villain. This is Jellymon, whispering over someone's shoulder. This isn't your partner.
And then by the end, she's all in leading him.
All in and helping him.
I guess the whole point of that scene was he was supposed to ask her for help, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe what that whole scene was about?
Because he does eventually grab her and say, please help me, Jellymon-sama. And she's like, oh, okay. Stop crying about it and get to work. It's pretty much... Yeah, it was an odd scene. I kind of sort of got it, but yeah, it was just how we got from point A to point B.
Yeah, it seemed like there should be more to it than I managed to get out of it myself. If that scene made sense to you, please tell me what I missed down below in the comments. Yes. Tell me what an idiot I am and how obvious it was. Because I apparently missed it.
Yep. And as they're doing it, we go to the battle outside, which really isn't much of a battle.
No, it really should have been.
No. Because, well, they're going against an ultimate. Again.
Again, yeah.
We've rarely seen a champion, an ultimate, a rookie, an ultimate, and now an ultimate. It's like, yeah, they're not going to do well against most of this. Especially because, once again, we only get Battle Gamamon. We don't have whatever
Big Bunny
goes in front of Angoramon. I know his champion name's just something in front of it. Since he hasn't appeared yet, I don't...
Yeah,
not familiar with it, yeah. But yeah.
But again, they're going against 3 champion armors. Yeah. Because armors are funny. Usually they're considered champions, then you get a Royal Knight.
Yeah, then you get Magnamon. Yeah, so
how tough are armors? I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever the story needs them to be at the time.
But they're just holding them in place while the big guy goes about this thing.
Yeah, Quetzalmon just grabs Battle Gabamon, and Bitmon puts knives almost to Hero's throat. It's like, whoa, okay.
And Goatmon apparently has some kind of paralyzing bell.
Yeah. Yeah, so... And Gormon really just do nothing.
Yeah, they really need to be in this episode for all they really accomplished.
Well, and Goromon had some exposition.
Yeah, true. I guess that was his important part.
That was his importance. But yeah, so they're held up, and as they're deleting, he smashes the building with that giant tail.
Yes.
And cuts it off precisely on top of his floor. You know, just takes the roof off of his floor. Which, they're in the grass world, so, you know, it's not so bad. He just smashed half of the torn building off.
Yes. And it looks like the managed to hurt both Jellymon and Yoshiro.
Kyoshiro, yep.
Yoshiro, not Ru.
Yep, and yeah. She gets up a little faster, is like, come on, you're the dorm leader, you can do it. She's like completely flipped of, you know, you're gonna die and it's gonna be so painful, to suddenly being completely supportive.
Of course, when the tail hits, there's exactly one talisman left to delete. It happens to be the one in his room.
Yep.
You would think that'd be like one of the first ones you delete, but maybe he had to delete them in reverse order he put them there.
There you go, yep.
That obviously is what the logic was. I don't know. Dramatic.
What is that in programming? First in, last out stacking? Yeah.
Sure, let's go with that. And yeah, and again, he mentions being dorm leader, so he gets back up, and we have Jellymon. Uses her head tentacles to form some kind of gun. And curse you, Japan, for making head tentacles part of my regular vocabulary now.
It's Japan. They like their tentacles and do different things. But yeah, he suddenly is not at all scared. He just kind of smiles, learns the move, and yeah, BB Thunder.
And they destroy the last talisman. Now, this talisman appeared in this grass world. The talismans exist in the internet. Therefore, this grass world is the internet, right?
Yeah.
Right?
That would make sense.
And that's fine. So basically, this episode established that this is the internet. Please keep it that way.
Yeah. And then, as that's destroyed, the arrows that were already on their way to come and hit him just disappear.
And Jellymon tells him to apologize.
And he does.
And he does, quite sincerely.
Yep.
And that's good enough for Centaur Dragon.
And Jellymon is just like, very well. Order has been restored. Peace out.
Later.
And he goes flying up into space.
Which I guess is where the gate is. So apparently getting to the digital world from this internet doesn't seem too bad. I think Pumpkinmon and his crew is able to do that too.
Pumpmon, yep.
Yeah, Pumpmon.
Yes. Yeah, and then the other three armors just kind of run that way across some buildings. We don't really know what...
I'm sure they make it back just fine.
Yeah, I'm assuming. But it's just like, well, they don't fly. Well, Quetzalmon might be able to. But
yeah, probably.
The other two, I don't
think Goatmon and Bitmon
are going to be flying, yeah. And there's not much of a wrap-up after that in the episode. They're sitting in the playground.
Then we turn off the grass world and, you know...
Oh, yeah. Senpai's like, what? It's okay.
What? Why is my dorm not in 3 pieces?
Be very glad, Senpai.
Yeah. And again, that's a nice little touch because he's not seen this before.
Yeah. And they're just kind of relaxing in the playground for a little while, just being like, wow, what was that? That was intense. And after all of that, Jellymon looks over at Kyoshiro and says, my darling.
Quietly calls him my darling, yeah. So if there's any doubt about the tsundere personality, there's no doubt anymore that this is what it is. That.
Yeah.
She really does like this guy, admires him, but treats him like dirt.
Yep.
I don't
get it. But it's
again, if you do, and if you don't, if you think this is great kind of personality and development, feel free to tell me in the comments what I'm missing.
Because
I don't get it. Never have.
It's very strange. And that wraps up episode 5.
It was
something,
yeah. For not being the horror one, it's got the most to talk about, I think.
Yeah, it's got a lot of potential to go in a direction.
Will it? I don't know.
It doesn't seem like in the next episode from the preview. Because all we get is it seems like a more typical cursed, more horror.
Seems more like episode 2-4 kind of thing.
Yeah, where we got the horror, but the whole party's together. Hopefully we'll be able to start building now towards a little something more.
And I've never had a character and dynamic like that with Jellymon, and Yoshiro?
Kyoshiro. Yep.
Yoshiro. But Jellymon's a very interesting character. I don't know if I'll end up liking her, but she's extremely interesting.
She's very interesting, and I hope she doesn't flop quite as much as oh, it's okay, my darling, I'll help you. Oh my gosh, you're gonna be pierced by 108 arrows. It's gonna be great, and I bet you it hurts so much.
I don't see why people hang around me.
Yeah. Given that character style, probably will.
But again, or maybe we could have Digimon grow up and she changes a bit as the episode becomes more open about how she really feels. Or
just like we hope Gamamon, and he's cute and all. I mean, it's adorable, but it's going to wear on us eventually. If he's
cute he'll be cute for the first dozen episodes, and then I'll need more from him.
Yep. Well, I do believe that wraps us up for episode 5. Divine Anger. So yeah, they literally mean divine.
So yeah, maybe Digimon literally think they're gods of the human world in this one.
And it's not the 3 archangels or anything. It's something else entirely. So we'll have to see if anything more becomes of that. I seriously hope so. That wasn't just Digimon are gods. No one ever mentioned that again. Wait a minute. But thank you all for watching. We've rambled for quite a while, as always.
Yep.
If you enjoyed,
comment. Please comment. We like comments.
Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what we did right and wrong.
Follow them on Twitter and Twitch and all that good stuff.
Yep, you'll find me everywhere. If you want to talk about more Digimon, I'm always up for it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you had a wonderful time. Hope we'll see you again soon. And remember, always, everyone, keep staying awesome. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.